let's get started just in a comfortable seat, whatever works in your body. Let your spine rise tall. Eyes can close, shoulders rolled on your back. We'll just take a few breaths, a few moments arriving into your practice. Notice how your body is feeling today, how your breath is moving. See if there are some spots where you could soften, release a little bit of tension, just let your body find some ease. We'll take 3 more big breaths, all the way in and all the way out. And then let your eyes blink open if they were closed, arms stretch up to the sky, reach up tall. And then right hand to the ground, left hand stretches up and over. Big breath here. And use the next inhale to rise up, reaching the fingertips. And exhale to stretch. Exhale, take a twist. One hand back, one hand forward. Stay there and breathe in and out. Inhale back through center, trying to get our music playing here. Exhale, twist to the other way. There we go. Inhale through center, reach up and look up. And then circle your arms back, open your chest, find the ground, lean back. Use the next inhale to rise up, reach the hands high, and forward fold. Take a few extra breaths here, melting down towards the ground. And for my folks in the room, I will offer some hands-on adjustments throughout class. So if you prefer not to be touched, just wave a hand high now and let me know that. All right. And then everybody bring yourself all the way back up. Let's come over to all fours. Press firmly down into the mat. Tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. Take a couple of moments arriving in a downward facing dog shape. That upside down V. Pedal out the feet. Shake out the hips, the head. Wiggle whatever needs to wiggle. Good. And then find some stillness there. Take a nice big breath all the way in and all the way out. Let's walk your hands back to your feet at the back of the mat. Bend your knees, hang your head, hang out in a ragdoll pose. You can hold opposite elbows if that feels nice. Give a little sway side to side. Shake your head loose. Good. And then release your hands, tuck your chin to your chest and roll up to standing. At the top, reach the hands high, look up, and exhale, thumbs to heart. Give it a nice big breath in and a big sigh out. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift down here and stay for a moment, lengthening in every direction. Can your heart reach forward? Can your legs straighten a bit more? Can your spine get a little longer? One more breath there. And then forward fold. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Big, huge breath in and out. And then look forward and tiptoe up to the top of the mat, forward folding over your legs. Again, halfway lift and exhale to fold. Stand up on the inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, thumbs to heart. Good. Pause for just a moment. Take a little breath. Check in with yourself. And then we're going to move through some standard sun salutations today. So you can make a choice. You could work with your feet hips width apart, which is a little more stable perhaps, or bring your big toes together to touch. Either way, pick up your toes, spread them out wide, and let the feet really kind of press down into the ground so you feel that energetically you're rooting down. And then from there, you also energetically are lifting tall. All right, on an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to forward fold all the way down. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down, step your feet back to a high plank. And then looking forward, tip forward and bend at the elbows. That's chaturanga. Inhale, lift to up dog, or you could lower a little bit, baby cobra. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. 3 big breaths in that down dog. On your third exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, step, hop, or float feet to hands. Halfway lift at the top. Exhale to forward fold. Good. Rise all the way up. Reach up to the sky. And then exhale, dive right back down. Fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands press down, feet step or float back. High to low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, come to up dog, opening the collarbones wide. Good. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Let your heels drop. On the exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, bring your feet to your hands, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching up. One more time, exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands down, feet step or float back, lowering right down into that low push-up. Inhale to up dog, looking up. Exhale back, down dog. 1 big breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stand up, sweep the hands high. And this time, exhale, thumbs to your heart. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Good. We'll bring big toes together to touch if they weren't already. And then squeeze your knees and your thighs together as you sit down for chair pose. Good. Notice your mind in chair pose. Personally, it immediately brings up like stress and anxiety and panic. See if that's happening for you. If it is, smooth it all out. Could the weight go back into your heels? Could you lift your gaze a little higher? One more big breath here. And then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands go down, feet go back, making your way to downward facing dog, just like we did with those sun salutations earlier, or you can just step right back into downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in your nose, and then sigh it out your mouth. Inhale, fill your lungs up. Exhale, empty it all out. Good. Lift your right leg up and back behind you. And let's focus on pressing it back. So I don't care how high that foot is going. Instead, really feel a sense of pressing back through your foot. One more breath there. And then as you exhale, bring it forward, touch your knee to your nose, and step your foot in between your hands. Good. Now heel toe that foot a little bit farther off toward the right edge of your mat. And then spin your back heel down, setting up a warrior 1, but let's get those feet in the right spot first. They do not need to be on a tightrope or a balance beam. It's better if they're on separate train tracks. Then you can rise up And that space we gave our feet will allow the hips to point a little bit more straight forward. Sparking the fingers, sinking into the legs. Good, breathe. Could you straighten through the elbows just a little bit more? Very often they're like this and we think they're straight, but actually this is straight. Good. One more breath here, look up. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Find your way back to downward facing dog. You can flow with the chaturanga and the up dog, or you can just press back. Good. Let's meet with that great big breath in the nose. And sigh it out your mouth. Inhale, fill up your whole body with breath. Good. Can we straighten up these little thumbs? And sigh it out. Good. Left leg reaches up and back. Press, press, press through your foot. Press it back so hard you feel it in your core. And now exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot between your hand. Good. Take the left foot over to the left a little bit more, and then spin the back heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Good. We find some stillness here, some strength in the legs, some ease in the upper body. Maybe draw the hands back a bit. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, hands down. Find your way back to that down dog. Moving with the breath, no rush, nowhere else to be. Just breathing in the nose, out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step your feet up to your hands, halfway lift at the top. Exhale to fold. Big toes touching, sit the hips back, chair pose for 3 and 2 and 1. Stand tall and bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath. Smooth things out. Then we'll do that again. A little bit more flow, 1 breath per movement. So big toes touching. Sit low, chair pose. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, feet back, making your way to downward facing dog. If you're flowing, that inhale is up dog. And that exhale is down dog. Everybody, right leg up and back, inhale. Step it forward. Inhale, warrior one, rise up. And then right away, take it back down, exhale. Inhale to up dog if you're flowing. Exhale to down dog. Everybody lift left leg on the inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, making your way back. One breath in, down dog, all the way in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, bring feet up to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold in half. Stand tall, rise up. Ooh, that's okay. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. We skipped a chair pose there at the end, but no one ever really complains about skipping chair pose. We're gonna do it one more time. 1 breath per movement. Breathe a little bit. My intention for this flowing and moving is it's starting to get cold. And it's so nice to just like find some fire and heat inside as we flow with the breath. But do it with grace and kindness for yourself. So if your breath doesn't match my count, it doesn't matter. You just keep moving in a way that serves you. All right, big toes touch, sit low, chair pose. Good, big breath in. On your exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands go down, feet go back. Make your way to downward facing dog. Beautiful, exhale. Big breath in, lift your right leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands. Use the inhale to rise to warrior one, reaching tall. And then ride that exhale right back down, step it back all the way down into chaturanga, technically on that exhale. Inhale to up dog, opening your collarbones. Exhale, down dog. Good, left leg lifts, inhale. Step it forward, set yourself up. Rise to warrior one. Take a breath. Good, hands down. Take it home, downward facing dog. Nice, you all look very smooth and steady. Very nice. Big, huge breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Use the breath to come to the top of the mat, fold in half. Exhale, forward fold. We'll toss in the chair pose, so sit your hips low, reach to the sky, and then stand tall. Meet with your hands at your heart, maybe eyes closed. Have a little check-in with yourself. How are things? Heart is beating. Maybe a little glisten of sweat. One more breath. All right, and then eyes can blink open. Let's take your feet to hips width apart. We're gonna just start with a balance that's pretty straightforward. Hands to the sky, keeping shoulders over, ribs over hips. Lift your heels. And we just balance here. Try to find something out front that's not moving and let that help hold your focus and your balance. Make sure you're still breathing. Staying there, yeah. See if you can soften something. Maybe it's the jaw, shoulders, the breath. Nice, come on down, shake that off a little bit. All right, and then we'll put that into a tree pose. So shift all of your weight into your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Open that out to the side, make it a tree pose, which can be up here at the thigh, but also the calf and the ankle. Hands rest at your heart. That drishti is out and up higher than eye level to help hold you. And then the arms can grow open. 3 more big breaths right here, finding stillness. Very nice. Come on down, shake that side off a little bit. And then shift all the weight into the left foot. The right knee rises. Open it and make it a tree pose. As you settle in and you find this shape, make sure you're doing it with kindness for yourself. Allow it to grow open. Allow it to feel nice. And then bring all that stillness back down. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Very nice. Sweep your hands high, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift. Hands go down, feet step or float back. Make your way to downward facing dog. Good. Let's take that right leg up to the sky, as high up in the air as you can get it this time. So a very different feeling than what we've done so far. As you lift the right leg higher, your hip actually can kind of open. It might point a little bit towards the wall, and then bend your knee. Exactly. Let the weight of your right foot drop back. Try to kick yourself in the left butt cheek. So there's a moment there of engaging your hamstring and actually finding some strength in this shape. One more breath there. And now step your right foot forward outside of your right hand, setting up your lizard lunge. Rock forward and back a little bit. And then settle in, untuck the back toes. You could stay up here on fingertips, or you could lower down towards forearms or forearms on the block. Good. Breathe. Whatever you've been carrying around energetically in your hips, let it go. And then if you're down on your forearms, come back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee, and then we're going to turn your body towards the left edge of your mat, deep bend into the right knee, which is called Skandasana. You can pop those left toes up in the air or not. You can keep your hands on the ground or bring them to your heart. Lots and lots of options. We're working deep into those inner thighs and hips, yeah? Do it with kindness for yourself. Take care of yourself. And then we'll keep the hips low, but switch over so that we're bending the left leg and straightening the right. Something about that little move, it always makes me feel like, I don't know, a ninja or something. Keeping the hips low, switch back to the front, rebending the right. And then walk your hands around facing the front, frame that front foot. Good, now spin your back heel down and rise up, warrior two. Settling in here, hopefully appreciating that inner thigh stretch we just had a moment ago in this shape, right? Because now we're open across the hips. The inner thighs are long, feet pressing down. Flip your front palm up, reverse your warrior, reaching it back. And then cartwheel your hands down, framing the front foot. Find your way back to downward facing dog, however you wish to get there. We'll bring it all together with a nice big breath in your nose. And an exhale out. Exactly. Left leg rises up all the way to the ceiling. Bend at the knee as your hip opens toward the wall. Enjoy that nice side body stretch. See if your heel could drop and kick yourself in the butt. Yeah, a little engagement there of the hamstring. One more breath. And now step your left foot outside your left hand, lizard lunge at the top of the mat. When you're ready, settle down into it. Maybe lowering to the same place as you did on the right side or someplace entirely different, because right hip doesn't always match left hip. All right, and then we're going to make our way up onto our hands, turning this into your Skandasana again. So lifting that back knee, hands walk over toward the right edge of your mat. Maybe you try bringing those thumbs to your heart. Good, breathe. And now keep your hips low, transition over to the other leg, bending deep into the right knee. Still breathing. Good, take it back to the left. And then turn to frame that foot. Spin the right heel down, rise up, warrior two. Good, so your hips, ribs, and shoulders are pointing over at the long edge of your mat or the wall. Arms are reaching out. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, take it back. Good, and then ride the breath, cartwheel your hands down all the way back to downward facing dog. Once you find down dog, we'll lower your knees to the mat and take a moment in child's pose. You can do child's pose with knees together or apart. Both are fabulous and do different things. Good, smoothing out the breath here, smoothing out any kind of rough edges. Noticing how things are feeling. How are you on this beautiful fall day? We'll try 3 more breaths here. And then rise back up, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up to the sky, bend at the knee, find that moment of kicking yourself in the butt again. And then step it forward outside of your right hand. This time we're gonna heel toe it all the way across over to the left edge and then lay it down. So the shin lays down straight across the front edge of the mat. Hands walk back to your hips, find center, let the hips drop in, and then start to forward fold into your half pigeon shape. Good. Again, taking care of yourself means maybe you stick a block underneath a floating hip, or maybe you take this pose on your back. See if your head could rest on something. And we'll take about 5 more breaths. Is it okay if I assist you? Some people are like, no, panic. Okay. Can we get this a little lower on your leg here? Yep. Yeah, just breathe into that hip. Good thing is I can do all the work for you and you can just lay there. Yeah. It makes you even more impressive that you're doing all this. All right, we're gonna make our way up to hands. If you're on your back, you can stay there. We'll meet in just a second. So for my half pigeons here, lift your chest, sit off onto your right hip, swing your back leg all the way around, and then we'll all meet here seated. I've got left leg over the top of right, attempting to get hips equally pressed down into the mat. Reach for the sky. We're gonna do a little shoulder work here. So take right hand behind your head, left hand grabs the elbow. Another layer. You can take your left hand out, spin it so your palm faces the back, drop it down and behind, and see if your fingers find each other back there today. Again, sit tall. Yeah, push the back of your head against your arm as you sit up. We'll take 3 more breaths. This is a lot already, but if you wanted another layer, you can lean forward. All right, we're gonna untangle all of that. Bring your hands behind you, feet out front. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then sitting tall, cross at your ankles, roll forward and find your way back to downward facing dog. Give that down dog a nice big breath in and a big sigh out. Inhale, exhale. Good, left leg rises high. Bend at the knee, kick yourself in the butt for a moment, breathe into it. And then step it forward outside of the left hand. Good, from there, heel toe your foot all the way across to the right and lay the shin down or make your way onto your back. Hands come back so we find center and then forward fold. See if your breath can come in as if it's going down into your hips. And then feel that spot soften as you exhale. With each breath, find a little bit of ease, a little bit more softening and release. We've got about 3 more breaths here. And then slowly, slowly start to lift your chest. Sit yourself off on that left hip, swing your leg around. And we've got right leg crossed over left. Reach up, bend your left hand behind your head, right fingers will grab for the elbow. Sit up nice and tall here. Good. See if your shoulder blades can flatten down your back as you take that shape. Good. And if you want, keep adding on layers, taking the right hand out, down, and around. Maybe fingers find each other back there. Can you do it without clenching your jaw or scowling the eyebrows? It's more of a playful sense of inquiry. What will happen if I do this? As opposed to, why won't it go there? Good. Take one more breath, whatever shape you're in. And then untangle yourself. Bring your feet out front, hands behind you. Rock side to side. And then bringing the feet to the mat. Press the ground away, lift your hips. Nice big stretch across the front of the shoulders. Lift with your abs and your glutes. Maybe your head drops back. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Have a seat. Straighten your legs out front, reach for the sky, and forward fold. Good. Rise all the way back up, and then make sure you've got space. Lay yourself all the way down. We'll take 3 rounds of bridge pose as a back bend. Fingers reaching down towards the heels, feet pressing into the ground. Inhale to lift your hips as high as they'll go. Breathe right there for 3. And 2, lift your heart up. And 1, and lower back down. Soften with a little movement, maybe swing the knees side to side. And then round 2 of bridge pose, press into your feet, exhale your breath out. Inhale to lift. Think about a whole body effort here. Press through the feet, lift from behind the shoulders and the heart and the rib cage, hips just a hair higher, and then put it all down. Soften it down, let the knees rock a little side to side. And then your 3rd round of bridge pose, pressing down into the feet, lift the hips high, If you like, you can kind of tuck the shoulders underneath you and interlace your hands below you, pressing the forearms down, pressing the ground away. Last big breath here. Find the peak of that shape for you. And then relax. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little moment rocking side to side. And then open your arms like a T. Drop the knees to the left. Turn your gaze over toward the right. Soften down into the ground. Using an inhale, come back through center. Draw the knees in, and then let them fall to the other side. Breathe. Come back to center, hug your knees tight, squeeze everything in. Take any other shape or wiggle or movement or pose that you're craving. And then we find our way down for Savasana. Letting everything find a way to rest and be still. Again, with every breath, let the nervous system quiet. Let the mind empty out and find stillness. We'll take a few minutes to just be still. As we move into this season of fall, it can be a very busy season. For a lot of us, it's getting back to work or back to routine or back to school, which is wonderful, but also so important to give yourself stillness. Amongst all the doing and the scheduling and the going, how can you prioritize stillness? so that you can maintain balance. Take 3 more breaths all the way in and all the way out. And then notice, how do you feel? How is your body? How is your mind? How are you? When you're ready, let a little movement back in. Let your head rock from side to side. Reach your arms over your head, take a big full stretch. And then turn over onto one side. Take this last moment of your practice and just tell yourself thank you. Recognizing the gift that it is to carve out time and take care of yourself. And then when you're ready, rise back up to seated. We'll meet with hands at the heart. Eyes can close or just soften your gaze. And we'll close it out together with 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bowing forward, we honor this practice for all that it teaches us, mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much for taking a break from your day. I'm Jess. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope to see you again this time next week, or I teach it Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. So it's a nice little routine you can get yourself in Tuesday, Thursday lunch breaks. Have a great day.